I'll get you through a wrist warm-up today to reinforce the wrist and understand how to position your hands and align your arm over your hands when you practice yoga, but also when you do some physical body work on your hands. So the joint of the wrist is quite sensitive when we bear weight on it. It's quite small in comparison to the rest of the arm, and if you think of bearing half of your weight onto that structure, you really want it to be safe. The hand is really agile and very smart, however, and so you really want to use your hands to protect your wrist and the rest of your arm to protect your wrist. Joints in Ayurveda, in the Indian holistic science, they are vata, so space. You want to keep the joints spacious to keep them pain-free. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And the first thing we're going to do is simply holding the wrist with index and middle finger and squeezing. And as you squeeze, you can spread your fingers and take a few moments to move your fingers around. Squeeze really hard around the wrist, spread your hand, release your hand, and again spread your hand, release your hand. Moving the fingertips towards your shoulder and then the other way. Again towards your shoulder and then the other way. One more time. Really rolling the fingers and then the other way. Keep the hands as they are. You can spread your knees wide. Take your hand here in between your thighs. There's a big spreading of my hand here happening. I bend my elbow and I keep a micro bend in the elbow to now protect my elbow joint. Spread the fingertips, plug the finger pads down and shift the weight more forward. I'm stretching here the wrist and then stretch back. Keep the micro bend and then forward. I go side to side. Yeah, and then release. Give it a bit of a shake. Before we do the other side, bring the two hands in front of you, spread your fingertips, and then squeeze. Spread, squeeze. Spread, go as fast as you can. Go as fast as you can, and notice that we're always willing to push the shoulders forward. When we do that, roll them back. You start to get strong in your forearms, and already I notice that my right hand is more agile and habile because I have worked on it. We'll go 10. Hope you feel the burn. 9, 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, et 1. Release. Take a moment just to close your eyes and breathe. My right fingers around my left wrist. Index and middle finger squeeze. Big squeeze. Spread the fingers. Close your hand. Spread and close. Again, spread and close. Do the little piano dancing finger. Squeeze as much as you can. And then release. Taking your left hand to your shoulder as if you want to just tap your shoulder. Then you're going to go further. Really roll your hand in. And then extend your hand the other way. Bring your hand in. The other way. Put your hand in. Open your knees. Bring your hand all the way out. And then bend your elbow here. Push your hand, lift out of the hand. So there's always this action. As I push down, I'm lifting away from it. Spread your fingertips. and then shift the weight more forward and then backwards. Forward and back, and we'll go side to side. Pelvis drops, release your hand, bit of a shake. Rolling the hands, one direction, in fist, other direction. Good. You can stay as you are, taking the fist down, like you're a gorilla. Now you're going to bend your elbows, spread your hands, take the thumbs in, make a big fist, push tight with your hands, and then start to extend your arms. Toes straight if you can. Do not open your hands, squeeze your hands tight. Extend your arms. You got 3 breaths. Yeah, then slowly release your fingertips. Release. And then taking the hands into a tabletop. Good. So tabletop is the easy variation of downward facing dog, but also of high plank, yeah? A few things to think about here is not to lock your elbows. If you lock your elbows, there is nothing happening here into your arms, and you have tendency to drop your weight onto your wrist. If I transform this into downward facing dog, often my whole weight is forward. And of course, this is going to create a lot of pressure into your wrist because all of your weight is going down here onto your hands and wrists. So how to move away from that? There is a micro bend in your elbows. See, the eyes of my elbows are pointing forward slightly. Pointed my elbows backwards, I engage my belly, pull it in. A micro bend in the elbows is also happening in my shoulders and into my wrist. As I spread my fingertips like I'm giving a big high five, I see the color of my mat between the fingertips. I push the fingertips down, I push the hands down, and I lift my elbows, shoulders away from the hand. Keep that action, then lift your knees up off the floor. Push the floor away. So I keep pushing the hands down and I lift shoulders up. Keep the knees bent, shoulders up, and slowly grow the shape into downward facing dog. So this is a very short downward dog, but it's fine because I want to find this action in my arms. I bend my knees, I'm on the balls of my feet. Push your weight back. Hand down. Push your weight back. Same action in the rotation of your arms. Biceps forward. Point of the elbows and triceps back. Push out of the hands. And when I feel comfortable here, I can take my hands further for a longer downward facing dog, pushing away from the hands. Once again, finding the difference between this and this. This is going to give you pain in your hands and you're doing the similar shape, but there is a very different engagement, pressing back down. And then of course from here into a high plank is the same thing. From the high plank here, if I let my weight drop, I have pain in my wrist, even or I push away, broadening the collarbones, micro bending the elbows again, and stay here forever. Drop into the knees and release. Give also some love after the practice to your hands. You can stretch your hands and forearms in that direction. Another stretch that I like is doing this and then bringing the thumbs in and out. When you're not doing anything, full relaxation of your hand. So if you're stretching, not holding the hand. I hope this is helpful to you. Thanks for joining me today and have a beautiful end of your day.